Thank you for allocating a little bit of your time, guys. And today we're going to be talking about clarity, how to create clarity. So definitely stick around. We're going to create that clarity. Okay. Notebook LM. So I don't know if you guys used Notebook LM.
Stack provided everything I need to finally have balanced
Thanksgiving, y'all, and our parents are home for Thanksgiving, y'all, and our parents are real happy to see us,
so they're gonna treat us like queens.
This may be their house, but for the next 4 days, we about to run this bitch.
Walk in the door, hand my bag to the valet. In case you're wondering, it's my dad day. Head straight to the fridge like a boss, yo. Hell yeah, my mom went to Costco.
Ain't in my house, but I'll tear it up. Get a plate real dirty, won't clean it up. Then I roll up to the washer laundry game. I'm not gonna do a hold up for just one side.
Cause I'm a back home baller. If I want something, I just holler. I do what I want and I get what I want. Cause my parents miss their daughter. We're home for Thanksgiving. Our parents are
your first love, it should be your last one. Nothing like your last one. You look better on me, that's fashion. Won't block your shots, lights, camera, action. Never been to love me over, let me not.
Stack provided everything I need to finally have balanced digital. ThreadStack provided everything I need to finally have balanced digital life that I always wanted.
All right, guys. So
Plus,
let's get
I can
started.
afford more travel
Thank you
now
for
too.
allocating a little bit of your time and meeting with me. So today we're going to be doing something fun. So we're going to be creating clarity. So let's get started with creating clarity. All right. So clarity it is, guys. Clarity it is. Okay, so let's do this. So I have a prompt, and I'm gonna show you what I mean by prompt. I'm gonna paste that in, and based on this prompt, construct me an outline for Notebook LM slides for each lesson. And there we go. So this looks like an architect blueprint that you can directly translate into Notebook LM slides while keeping Network Plus exam integrity, front and center, and gently weaving in jock spouse university future pathways. Okay, so how do I generate clarity? I wanted to talk about that. My name is Ron Wells, and I'm a 21st century freedom writer, former certified math teacher for the state of Connecticut, and a full stack cybersecurity and cloud engineer. Today, we are preparing for university for a from 6:30 to 9:30 class that I'm going to be teaching in New York. I'm going to show you guys how I introduce clarity and how I built entire for entire for entire semester courses on a fly, and then kind of explain to you how it's possible and how you could do the same thing either in private settings or maybe in a future university settings, whatever, however you want to take this. But let's introduce this clarity. So below is a part of a full slide outline, and so this is 6:30 to 9:30. Why Kazi the Doberman needs a network. Okay, so let's remodify that first of all. Instead of Kuzia, be sure to use Kuzia. Okay, so that's first. I want to make sure the names of the cats, pets, and dogs are properly included. And as you can see, okay, lesson 1: Why Kuzia the Doberman needs a network. Let's fix that up. Jax is the Doberman, and Kuzia is the hairless cat. Okay, so we're gonna fix it up a little bit. Okay, now we are building it. Okay, cool, 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 cool. I like that. Now let's continue building further. So what we're doing something that you guys never seen anywhere in the world. This is a unique learning way. My name's Ron Wells, and I spun up multiple companies before. This is one of them called tutoringservices.com. This is another one called networkconsultant.net, and this is another one. This is right now it's a talent agency, AI automation company, and car detailing company all in one shot. And of course, this one. All of those companies I spun up. And right now what I'm showing you guys is how to do it too. How to build companies fast, then flip them, either keep them or flip them. I'm also a poet. I'm a 21st century poet. So you have seen many of my poems. I've written thousands of them. Today I'm going to be talking about a very unique concept. A concept of introducing clarity using artificial intelligence while combining your everyday life and aligning whatever types of side hustles that you're doing on a regular basis together with your everyday life and your passion. Once again, guys, if you wanted to do this, it's relatively simple. First, I'm gonna show you some tools, very basic tools that many of you guys can use. Once again, guys, this is not taught anywhere in the world. This is extremely unique. Even college themselves recruited me and wanted me to teach this. Now, you're gonna get the first kind of a taste of what I'm doing. Right now, I'm covering what's so-called Network Plus. This is something that adults take and prepare for. What I'm teaching is continuing education in university in New York, and I thought about how can I combine my brands, existing brands, while my passion is hairless cats and pets and dogs. That's my passion. I wanted to integrate that passion together into the curriculum for in one of the universities. And of course, guys, to kind of give you an example of how we're building brands, what kind of brands we're building, I wanted to show you my Notion. So this is the brands, as you can see, we have on the left-hand side, you could see different brands that we're building. We're building a Jack's Paws brands. This is a luxury pet brand. This is my talent agency called Freedom Fusion System. And the and so we got a question. Can I tell you a question? Absolutely, sure. Feel free to ask away a question. Then this is American directory called Hypism, and this is our car detailing company. So guys, what we're doing, we're building different brands. Now let's get back into the whole concept of introducing clarity. As you guys know, clarity is produced with just a couple of things. Over here, what you see me do in preparing for the university is relatively interesting concept. What I'm doing is I'm subdividing everything across multiple classes, but I'm also combining pets, cats, and dogs in the process. So how does that look like? Well, guys, look, pay close attention. Once again, guys, this is not taught anywhere in the world. This is extremely unique concept. If you learn this concept, you'll be able to succeed in life. Now, what I'm doing right now is because I don't want to be bored, just teaching random things. Although not really random things, it's something that I do professionally, like Network Plus. Obviously I'm a full stack cybersecurity cloud engineer, so I have this expertise in some of those subjects like Network Plus, and of course other certificates. But I didn't want to just teach people in college Network Plus. I wanted to do a lot more. I wanted them to have fun in the process, while also learning something, but also recognizing everyday skills that they could develop and elevate this Network Plus objectives even further. But those objectives are really hard to pass unless you relate things to the real world. So this is how I'm relating this, guys. Think of it. I don't want you to think of it as like some sort of a lecture. I'm not lecturing anybody in this case. What I'm showing you guys is like I have a brand. I want to make money with pets, cats, and dogs, but I also want to teach in university. So I wanted to combine and show you how to do this both, just to prove it to you that whatever you love, whatever you want to do in life, you could combine it with whatever it is that you like, whatever you feel, whatever you love. You could still integrate with something that you may be like, man, like I want to teach, I want to do something, but damn, how do I make, like I still want to do my pet brand? How do I combine them both? This is an example of how to combine it both. What I just did over here, I pasted the prompt of while I was in a train, and of course, guys, I take you in Manhattan, I take you across Florida, I take you in different places. But while I'm in Manhattan, while I'm in a train, I created a prompt. That prompt took me about an hour to write. That prompt literally kind of mentioned, look, I want to combine my pet brand, I want to combine my university, I want to combine everything I know about networking together with the lessons, structural lessons. But I want to make a story out of it. And I want to make that story stick. And I want to make sure that people understand the story, but also recognize not only the fact that I'm teaching them Network Plus, that they will prepare for and get ahead in life and have a beautiful career. They could have, something like running their own international company, like I was at some point. This is called DBA Binary Fusion, and effectively, guys, be able to like really have fun in the process. So how does it work? What we're gonna do now? We're gonna take this. Take we're gonna take this story. Um, okay. Now for lesson one, generate notebook LM prompt. For lesson one, um, and be sure you remember the timelines. I will be using slides feature in notebook LM. Don't worry about the spelling or any of that, guys. Like, you're not in a grammar class of any sort. This is how you generate clarity. So no extra commentary. This is the prompt you drop straight into Notebook LM slides. So create a slide-based lesson for CompTIA Network Plus, etc., etc. Course context, clear title, whatever. Happy Doberman storytelling. Okay, I bet. I like that. So let's go ahead and paste that in. Uh, and it got the timelines too. So now, some of you will be like, yo, but Rome, like, I really like your style of teaching. I never knew that you were certified, former certified math teacher for the state of Connecticut, full stack cybersecurity cloud engineer, and happens to be a genius in building brands. Yeah, guys, I have multiple brands. This is how many brands we're working on. So we got Freedom Fusion Detailing. This is my car detailing brand. This is American Directory brand. This is Talent Agency brand, and this is Pet brand. Okay, guys, now that you understand, this is called Notion. Don't worry, guys, I show you I'm also a real estate investor. This is my Freedom Fusion property side. I also have a talent agency. This is my Freedom Fusion system side. And also we combined it with Freedom Fusion detailing so you could detail your car. But we're working on this as we speak. So it's a little bit kind of wild, but hey, it is what it is. So now what we're doing right now, and of course, this is my tutoring site over here. I built educational company as well. So right now, let's get started. So we're gonna go ahead and paste this in, and I'm gonna paste that in. I'm gonna hit boom. So right now we're pasting that in. Smooth sailing, guys. Like if you want to have smooth sailing, you got to be pasting things in, talking with the microphone, having fun in the process. And of course, right now it looks like um, fast research completed. Uh, Now we're gonna import that. Uh, Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's import that. No, wait. Yeah, those sources explore design implementation of network. How do you? No, that's not what I want. Hold on. Let me create new one. Create new one. And I'm gonna copy text, paste text over here, insert. There we go. This is a lot better. There we go, guys. We are smooth sailing. This source outline. Okay, slide deck. There we go. Um, that's pretty cool. Then let's generate a mind map. And yeah, and then I think this is going to be good. Then we're going to do video overview. Yeah, video overview, and we'll do data table. Okay, so we're going to produce a couple of them real quick. We're doing this super fast. Now, going back to what I was saying, there's many different things that we are working on, guys. And of course, um, what here's what we're going to be covering next. We're going to take power, we're going to go to gamma.app, and let's do create new one, paste in text, and we're going to do this. Okay, okay. So we're going to generate that. Okay, so there we go. Not bad, guys. Everything is kind of created. There we go. I like this. Okay, let's do present. Okay, I kind of like this. Yeah, it gave me a preview too. So what to expect, deeper technical concepts assigned, hands-on thinking exercises, no packet tracer yet. Review tonight's thoughts on network types and topologies. Think how data might travel from your phone to web server. Come ready to ask questions. The OSI model can feel abstract at first, but we'll make it concrete. Now we'll open the floor for Q&A until 9:30. Ask anything about tonight's lesson, the Network Plus exam career path, or how this connects to your goal. Preview lesson 2. Preview lesson 2 with enthusiasm but without overwhelming students. Explain that next class will explore how to actually move through the network, how a message gets through your phone to a server across the world, introduce the OSI model for Critical Network Plus and real IT jobs, emphasize the SI model abstract, but first, okay. So encouragement, remind them the remaining is open for Q&A. I like that. I like it. Okay. Okay. Exit. And we're gonna include, yeah, it included Jax. CompTIA Network Cloud Lesson on Foundation Why It Matters Most. Welcome. Tonight we begin your journey towards CompTIA Network Plus certification by exploring what networks are, why they exist, and how they connect to railroads. Um, Network Plus exam practical network skills. Welcome students warmly, acknowledge, etc. Um, Let me export that into export into Google Slides. Okay. All right, guys. So this is how quickly I just did the whole lesson, and stupid easy, right? I used several tools. One of them is while I was on a train, I created a very good text that is literally a prompt. And of course, right now, I have this beautiful lesson that includes Jax. And of course, while I was on a train, I wanted to combine um, with the university Jax. I wanted to combine my passion, my pets, cats, and dogs, but also help people become ready for this test called Network Plus. And this is how I built it in less than just a few minutes. And this is the college where I'm going to be teaching. If you guys wanted to get some scholarships, reach out, reach out. But let me do a preview for how I would be teaching this. So this way you could see context of it, for how I'm combining everything together with pets, cats, and dogs. And yeah, and this way you better understand it. It was so easy for me to create this. But let me go ahead and show you my expertise, guys. Okay? So this way you get to be like, oh my God, I can't believe this guy just created a college university plan for entire semester and then went ahead and combined it with pets, cats, and dogs and showed it to us on the fly. Okay? So let's do a little rehearsal. So I'm going to be teaching this in actual class. This is a lesson one while I was on a train, I created a like entire prompt for NotebookLM and told it to create a bunch of slides. And it's actually working right now in the background. It's creating slides. But in parallel, while waiting, I figured I'd just create this using Gamma in parallel. Let's see, did it actually create the slides? We're checking right now to see if slide specifications were built. The data table was built. I think that's pretty cool. The slide deck. Let's take a look at the slide deck. Ha! What do you know? It looks pretty cool. Okay, let me compare this. Obviously, I gotta put my name in here, but in comparison to Gamma, it's pretty cool. I mean, sheesh, they even got the campus looking good. All right, well, let me see. Okay, classroom, Georgia, career pivot, upskill. Why are we here tonight? Time allocation, 6:30. The objective, the opportunity, administrative note. Wow, NotebookLM did a pretty good job. Let's compare this to, I don't know, the only thing that I don't know about is why it included Georgia in, in here. But I like how it combined everything. I like the graphics, and it pretty much just kind of combined Jackson to mix uh, um, my pets, cats, and dogs, and made it really easy to see. And indeed, I combined them together because I figured, heck, how can I make money together while helping adults learn some networking concepts, but also combine pets, cats, and dogs in the process. And boy, oh boy, did that, like literally, guys, while I was in a train, I was like, man, I'm about to be teaching in university. People depend on me. People want to prepare for this test so this way they could do better in life and get a job. But man, my passion is pets, cats, and dogs. And mom's over 40. That's my passion, helping them. How can I combine this together? So what I did is I was like for 1 hour straight I was writing a prompt while I was in a train, thinking the prompt was big. I mean, sheesh, let me show you the prompt for Network Plus, so this way you could see how crazy, um, like just how crazy the prompt looks. So when you look at it, you'll be like, damn, this guy wasn't kidding. He was writing it on a train. So this segment over here, like everything you see over here was just really like scattered prompt that while I was on a train, I rolled this up. And I was like, okay, I need to combine my personal brand. I need to combine pets, cats, and dogs. I want to create a entire curriculum for adults, and I want to explain to them how to pass this Network Plus exam. But I wanted to make it fun. And I also wanted to let them know about my talent agency and my brand, but I was like, man, how do I do that? How do I combine my passion together with extra income? So what I did is I used NotebookLM to create a bunch of slides. Now, what I would like to show you is the difference between NotebookLM and Gamma. Right now, what you see is it's incredible. I like the fact that they included the timeline, and of course, I had to fast forward entire curriculum ahead of time and think of entire Network Plus objectives because I do want my students to pass the exam. As much as I love pets, cats, and dogs, I wanted to combine pets, cats, and dogs, but I was like, yo, go easy on pets, cats, and dogs because I do want my people to pass. So anyway, as you can see, why connect the jacks to cat to why can so let's see if it makes any sense, guys. Okay, so this is what I'm teaching in university, guys, and I'm gonna show it to you. Okay, so if you guys, by the way, if you wanted to join and get scholarships, hit me up. I do have some scholarships available, and yeah, this is what I'm gonna be teaching. My name's Ron Wells, and the destination, what we're trying to do. Well, we're trying to do a couple of things. We're trying to prepare you for this exam called Network Plus. So this way you could earn some extra income and have a beautiful, beautiful company like I did. Here's my company. Here's one of them. As you can see, this is an international company called Binary Fusion. That's one of my startups. I ended up selling it, flipping it after I got the Network Plus certificate and became very successful. I ended up flipping it, and I'm doing the same thing for multiple businesses as well right now that we build. This is my talent agency, and also also happens to be a car detailing company all in one shot. This is my real estate investment company, and you could take a look over here. Just go on Freedom Fusion, freedomfusionproperties.com. And as you can see, those are the brands that we're building over here. We got Freedom Fusion Detailing, that's my car detailing brand. This is Hypebeast, my American directory. That also the brand we're building. Freedom Fusion System, another talent agency, a brand that we're building, and a luxury pet brand what we're building here. So right now, let's go ahead and jump into Gamma. So Gamma is something that I use. I was like, you know what? Let me, like, as much as I love to combine pets, cats, and dogs with Notebook LM, and it's pretty dope. Let me go ahead and give it a try, Gamma. And let me show you the comparison between Gamma. Don't mind this screen, it just happens to be an automation running in the background. But check this out. I was like, you guys already know we're spawning money, insane amount of money with pets, cats, and dogs. And I have a program for that in case if you wanted to learn. But I was like, man, how do I combine how do I combine pets, cats, and dogs into networking, computer networking? And this is how. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the difference between the Gamma and show you the difference between Notebook LM. So this is Gamma. As you can see, like, let's just pretend I'm going to do a little simulation, guys, if you don't mind, because I do actually have to prepare for to teach this class. And you get to see how I actually sound when I'm teaching something professional. I can't be so oozy doozy like the way I am right now with you guys. But heck, you're gonna see an example of that. As you can see over here, it kind of got screwed up over here, Gamma. It kind of got screwed up over here. As you can see, like there's some, you know, uh, it it got a lot of stuff done, but it kind of got screwed up. But let's take a look at Notebook LM. Okay, guys. So let's take a look at Notebook LM. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and hit play over here. Now, it got a little things wrong out of here. I should probably update my prompt. Essentially, when you're on a train, guys, obviously keep something in mind, guys. What I do is I show you how to spawn money even while you're on a train. So in this particular case, obviously I'm spawning money, preparing for university, teaching them hybrid skills that are not taught in college. Except now I'm gonna be teaching them in college. So take a look at the difference between Gamma and take a look at the difference between what Notebook LM generated. As you can see, obviously here's a little bit of passion. And by the way, this is real thing. Cleopa, Kuzia, Martha. This is actual cats, and this is Jax, and this is actual brand, and this is actual brand where you could actually team up together with my hustlers and make money. And let me go ahead and show you this brand. It's called Jax Paws. And as you can see right now, I'm gonna switch into Jax Paws and show to you like what that looks like. So this way, maybe you get inspired and you're gonna be like, damn, I kind of like this. I actually want to learn how to build my own brand. So here's what we do. We go here, guys, and as you can see, this is Jax. Now, what I did recently, I released an incredible automation for you. Notice how it has polls, it has beautiful title, it has a AI generated sticker, right? You could see this is our Jax Paws brand, a luxury pet brand that you also get to learn how to build and spawn some money selling some products. Now, of course, I was thinking about it like, man, how do I combine this together with, you know, a university? And this crazy idea came to me that what if I just create a fire looking prompt where whatever it is that I teach, and I'm going to show you shortly what I teach. So this way you're going to be like, oh my God, how do we combine that with pets, cats, and dogs? Well, once you see this mastery in play, you're going to be like, damn. Anyway, guys, I don't want to bore you with this, but here's what I'm going to say. You could probably, I think you got the idea. We got a lot. This is just one of my Jax Paws socials. Obviously, there's many different videos, guys, and the idea is we sell products, different pet products. We research them, we figure them out, and we sell them. We find brands. But, like, in fact, before we talk about all of that selling stuff and all of that other stuff, I wanted to show you an AI automation. Only if I could get to it. You know what? Let me go ahead and go to bio.link/Freedom Fusion System. And once again, my name is Ron Wells. I'm a 21st century freedom writer, former certified math teacher for the state of Connecticut, a full stack cybersecurity and cloud engineer, and your ticket to freedom. Let's get started. I don't know what's happening with threads today, but I think, oh yeah, I know what's happening. We have a Microsoft outage. I just I just got out of troubleshooting one of the Microsoft issues. That's probably what's being affected over here. Let's go to Facebook, see if Facebook is on different data centers. Yes. Can you guys imagine how smart I am? I literally give you I give you the platforms on real time, the troubleshooting reason why what's happening. Like, do you realize what you're getting over here, guys? Like, you're getting a genius right in front of you. You may not like me. You may not like me, but trust me when I say I'm a genius, guys. Believe me, I'm a genius. Now, going back to what I was saying, people would listen to this and be like, "Nah, I don't want to listen to this guy." Well, if you don't, then check out this thing for you. Let me go ahead and play this.
And teasing, she's sitting on me. All of her diamonds are dripping on me. I met her at the bar, it was 12 or something. I ordered 2 more drinks, cause tonight I wanted a little context if you care to listen. I find myself in a shit position. The woman that I love set me down last night, and she told me that it's over, done decision. No, I don't wanna feel how my heart is ripping. In fact, I don't wanna feel, so I stick to sipping. And I'm out on the town with a simple mission, in my slim fit suit, and this shit is sitting. I'm a heartbroken man, can't smile, won't dance. In the back of the nightclub, hiding my pain. I don't trust any of the people I'm with. In the back of the taxi, sniffing cocaine. Calls, texts, tears, sex. I was looking for a girl who was on the same page. Now it's back to the intro, back to the bar, to the taxi, to the hotel, to my old way. I don't wanna feel how I did last night.
All right, guys. So now you have probably seen me show you something crazy.
ThreadStack provided everything I need to finally have balanced digital
And
life that I always
you're probably
wanted.
wondering, like,
Plus, I
whoa,
can
what did I
afford more.
just
ThreadStack provided
This is called ops stacking. One of the skills that
ThreadStack
nobody
provided
shows you
everything
guys.
I need to finally
Nobody
have
shows you.
balanced
Like I
digital
said, when I
life that
show
I
you the
always
hybrid
wanted.
skills, and when I
Plus,
say
I
I'm a
can
genius,
afford more
I'm a
travel
genius,
now
guys.
too.
Like literally what I just did, I switched around. Guys, I know how to morph time in a way that just like maximizes your attention span exponentially. Like literally, guys, here's what you got to be doing. If you want to spawn an insane amount of money, you got to catch people's attention real fast, like the way I managed to catch your attention fast. And then, of course, you want to continue accelerating with the educational concepts. So what exactly are we teaching over here? Well, we're not teaching anything here, guys. I'm preparing for universities, and you'll feel free to hang out if you want and kind of see the process in my mind, how I'm combining passion together with professional work, together with a pet brand, and seeing how I'm evolving this further. I'm going to go ahead and give you the preview for how I sound like when I teach professionally. So this way you could be like, you get a little taste out of it. But based on what you see over here, you could clearly tell, oh my God, this guy is a goat. He can combine not only AI together, but real world experiences. And cats, pets, and dogs. All right, let's see if I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to simulate me actually teaching in university. And keep me honest, guys, if I go too far, but I'm gonna try to do it. And pay close attention to how I combined. This is Notebook LM. What I'm introducing is the concept of Network Plus. And of course, guys, you could take this class. It's gonna be like 1400 or something. Let me go ahead and give you the. If you want to join, I do have some spots available. Let me give it to you. This one is gonna be 1500 or something. Let me see. I'm gonna tell you the. I'm gonna tell it to you. I'm gonna be teaching several of them, but Network Plus. So 1495, guys. 1495. So this is the class you could join. 1495. You get to meet with me once in city, and then the rest of the classes are online. It's taking place on February 19th to May 21st. I'm going to be the instructor teaching them. So right now, obviously, it's a 72-hour program that covers the design, maintenance, and security of Network Plus infrastructure. You will gain hands-on experience with virtualizations and troubleshooting while preparing for CompTIA Network Plus certificate. Obviously, guys, this is perfect for entry-level roles, for network support specialists. Like literally, guys, if you get this job, like ever since I got my job, my networking job, I never felt like I ever had to come to work. It was just every day felt like a vacation. Heck, I literally just got out of work right now. I have a laptop with me handy, my work laptop, and I never felt like I ever went to work. Literally, guys, I show you, I traveled to Florida, I have a beautiful time. I go to Russia, I go to all those different places. Why? Because I'm able to have a beautiful career like this, being cybersecurity cloud engineer. And where did it all start from? It started from Network Plus. So Network Plus is obviously there's many roles over here, and of course, right now what I'm going to show you is a couple of things. So right now I kind of give you guys a preview of what's happening, but let me show you what is happening over here. And guys, I gotta prepare like literally for university. I gotta be like I gotta take all this and I gotta rehearse with you because you guys are my troopers. You're gonna be like getting a little preview of how I'm preparing for a university. So this way you're gonna be like, yo, Rome, don't say that. People gonna get creeped out if you're gonna say that. This is your opportunity to correct me, guys, and be my guinea pigs too. Also learn in the process about computer networking. After all, so you know, it's going to be a lot of money if you try to go on the university. Now, of course, in university, it's in my interest for you to go into university and do that and prepare for it. But in case if you don't have money for university, you could join my feudal incubator where I cover something similar, but in a world of cats, pets, and dogs, where we spawn money instead of studying for Network Plus. We spawn money building pet shops and find products from China and get them delivered to people's doors and make money in between. But let's take a look first at the whole thing over here, real quick. I'm scanning this quickly, scanning this into my mind quickly, and now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna proceed. Okay. Now, guys, remember I'm a genius. You guys gotta understand that I don't expect you to be like to just scan things like this the way I did and put this information in your mind. I don't expect you to do that. To do that, this is a skill. As much as people say, "Oh no, it's not a skill," whatever. I'm doing like 10 different side hustles while having a full-time cybersecurity job. I'm running different brands. It's a skill. I could tell you that right now. It's a skill. But don't worry, I'll show you how to get that skill, the hybrid skill. But it's covered in feudal incubators. It's different from what I'm teaching in university, but this is how you increase your brain capacity in those feudal incubators. But let's jump into an actual active instruction session to see if I could pull this off and if I could increase engagement. And this is going to be your opportunity, guys, to speak up and say, Rome, don't do that. Okay, so let's pretend this it started. So the clock has started between 6:30 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. Okay, so this is the first time the students walk in, and this is the first thing they see. Okay, cool. And this is where I start. Okay, well, thank you very much, guys. Thank you for allocating a little bit of your time. My name is Rome, and why are we here tonight? That's a great question. Well, I know you guys probably super busy today, and I know it's already 6:30, and everybody's trying to trying to get ready for their dinner. Hopefully, or you already ate, or maybe we'll get close enough to your dinner. But let's talk about. I mean, my name's Ron Wells, and I wanted to give you guys a quick introduction. So today we're going to be preparing for CompTIA Network Plus. Let me go ahead. You know what I should probably do? Let me see. Like, here's what I should probably do. I don't have a laser point, guys. Laser pointer over here. I should probably use a laser pointer. Okay. Anyway, let's see how I do. Let's continue. So today we're going to be covering the CompTIA. Okay. You know what, guys? I think I need to slow down my pace. Obviously, guys, when I'm going to start the session, I'm going to need to introduce. This is actually I kind of missed this in a prompt to introduce myself. Because when you're in a train and preparing for a lesson, you kind of don't think about like every single detail. There's certain things that you're just gonna miss no matter what. So you're just gonna have to squeeze yourself in. Like whatever the things that you forgot to say, you're just gonna have to squeeze it in between the time period. Okay, let's see if I could do this. Okay, welcome, guys. Thank you for allocating a little bit of your time. My name's Rome, and I wanted to take you in this beautiful journey. And I know many of you guys are preparing for your certificate in um, computer networking. And believe it or not, Network Plus exam happens to be a great certificate that unlocks multiple opportunities for you in all sorts of roles, in the roles of IT support, network administration, and system analysis. Now, don't worry, guys, if you don't understand any of those terminologies. We're gonna get a little bit further into it, and I'll try to break it down for you guys and make it super clear for you. So, what kind of opportunity will you be getting? Well, networking happens to be the backbone of modern businesses, from local bodegas to global enterprise. Now, what does that mean? Essentially, you could think of networking is not just a computer networking, but it's a it's something that you develop. It's a skill. In fact, I remember when I was 17 years old, I took my Network Plus exam for the first time, and right before I took it, I had an opportunity to foreshadow people and ask them about if I could kind of sit behind the scenes to see what their networking looks like. And at that point, I barely spoke English. When I first came to this country, I was 14 years old. And when I try to get this foreshadowing opportunity in networking, I it was funny. I met with some lady in a government center, and she showed me how to like lick the envelopes, stick them together, and put them in a mailbox. I was so disappointed by that. I was like, "Is that the networking? Is that what I'm supposed to be learning here?" I thought it was going to be computer networking. Silly me, I didn't recognize the word networking meant more than just computer networking. It was kind of funny experience, but I know we kind of out of time already in this slide, but we do, in case if you're joining us late, we do have some scholarships and financial aid options available for eligible students. So please check with the program coordinator during the break. And of course, right now there's no break. I should probably fix this, guys, in this slide. You know what? Although I have to think about, will I be introducing? I kind of have to include in my structure breaks. Otherwise, people are gonna get quickly cooked. So, anyway, guys, I kind of switched it into the other mentality. Now, of course, you could kind of tell when I'm switching my mentality, talking to you guys and talking to my students. So today, guys, so right now I'm gonna switch the mentality and I'm gonna talk to my students. So today, this is our quick schedule, guys, and we first gonna cover defining the network and introducing Jack's Pass framework. Don't ask me what that framework yet. I'll try to explain it a little bit later. But one thing that I came across throughout many of my studies in school, in universities, is that information tend to get a lot more, it gets to be more effective. I guess what I'm trying to say is information can be retained much easier if it's connected to something real, something that you experience, something that you love. And I know some of you will probably say, well, what does Jack's Pause framework have to do with it? But it's Jack's happens to be the name of my brother's dog. And what I wanted to do, I wanted to combine computer networking together with some everyday things. So this way it just sticks a lot easier for you in your minds. And I'm going to clarify it, I promise, a little bit further. Uh, Obviously, the next thing we're going to cover is the architecture. We're going to talk about LAN, WAN, and topologies and star mesh, all sorts of geographies. This is all of those terminologies that I'm using right now, guys, are not necessarily familiar with you, but I promise you they will be familiar as we continue going further through this lesson. And of course, we're gonna do the wind down, reflection, review, preview of lesson 2, and then I'm going to give you an opportunity for an open floor Q&A and individual support types of questions. And yeah, so guys, without further ado, let's talk about what is network, the CompTIA definition. And as you guys know, CompTIA is an organization. Uh, they basically want to make sure that you pass that exam. And they provide all the details for you for what the Network Plus does. But right now, let's talk about the actual network. What is a network? What is the concept of network? What does it consists of? Think of the best way I could describe networking, guys, is is not just computers talking to one another, but also networking relates to when you connect with people. And in my original journey in my life, when I started out, I started off I started out with like a rather unique concept of computers. I was immediately kind of I started working for the Board of Education, and in Board of Education, I came across an interesting person who asked me to kind of categorize school files. And at that point, I was only 16 years old, and I didn't really know anything about categorizing any kind of files. I was just kind of really like a 16 years old kid coming in into the Board of Ed and just kind of picking a small job where I'm supposed to be kind of organizing things. So I looked at the whole problem of organizing things, and I just felt like it was a bit archaic to organize files of all the schools where all the students were. And I wanted to do something better. I wanted to figure out an easier way, more efficient way to organize all those students in different types of, there was bilingual students, all sorts of students in different schools, and my goal was to organize them using files, but those files weren't really kind of the files the way you think of them today, like a notepad file or anything like this. It was an actual file cabinet, and inside of that file cabinet there would be a bunch of folders, and inside of each folder there would be some paperwork relevant to each student. And as I was going through each paperwork at the age of 16, I realized, well, that's kind of a lot of work for me to be like going opening up files manually. Like, is there any way that I could kind of interconnect? Is there any way I could kind of sort those files a lot easier? And the first question I asked to the administrator in this Board of Education, I asked them, well, how, like, are any of those files scanned inside of the computer? And when they kind of saw my request, they were like, well, no, we do them manually. Nothing is really scanned. And of course, guys, you already know scanner is a little tool that just kind of allows you to scan a piece of paper. And obviously, some of you are familiar with what a scanner. But to me, I just found this really bizarre that in Board of Ed, they didn't really do that. Even though they had scanners, they had computers, but they didn't really have a way to kind of scan them and use some software to kind of organize things. So this is how I kind of started with networking. I started networking those files first by interconnecting them by first of all identifying the problem. And the same thing in a world of networking where we live in today, we have node A and node B. What does it mean, node A and node B? Well, think about computers, think about the devices, think about printers, think about tablets, think about all sorts of peripherals. Sometimes that's the word they love to use, peripherals. At first, when I heard that word, I thought, man, I don't know what that is. In fact, I barely spoke English when I first started learning about the Network Plus as a whole. Surprisingly, I picked it up quite fast, and I remember when I first took Network Plus certificate, I showed up in a center, in a test taking center, and sure enough, people were like, "Are you old enough to take that exam?" And I was like, "I don't know. I mean, I thought I could just take it and they were like, okay, let me take a look at your paperwork." They saw the paperwork and realized that at that point when I took it, I was 17, but I started working for the Board of Ed at the age of 16. Quickly, by the age of 16, when I started working there, people recognized that somehow this kid happens to know a lot and learn a lot super fast. So they quickly loaded up me with work and gave me other opportunities around the Board of Ed to sit on a computer and work on a computer, because when you first start out, you got to get that trust, you got to get that familiarity. That's the word I want to use. You want to ingrain that trust into people, that they could give you more responsibilities. And of course, if you could show that, people will enjoy that you as a person, and they'll be giving more opportunities to you. And that's kind of what it all started. But what is this protocol thing? What is this node A and what is node B and what is a medium? Think of this. Think of the core concept of a network. A network consists of two or more computers or devices connected for the purpose of sharing data and resources. So guys, look, I don't want to bore you with this terminology, but just think of it this way. The entire internet is a network. Everything you run every time you connect with somebody, you talk to somebody through the iPhone, through laptop, whatever, it's in a network. But the way you communicate and send signals between one and another is through what's so called the common language, or what's so called the protocol. Just like when I'm communicating with you, I'm using English. But fun fact, I speak other languages too. One of them is Russian, a little bit of Spanish. Sí, yo hablo español. But don't don't keep me hostage on this one, guys, because I only speak poquito, a little bit. And of course, there's this concept of medium. How do we connect cables? How are the computers connected? There's fiber optics, there's coaxial cables, and some of those Ethernet cables, all sorts of cables that we're going to cover, guys. I don't want you to get hung up with too much with the terminology. But the idea is there's multiple computers and nodes that are connected, and then there's protocol. And keep something in mind, there's different protocols. Some protocols are more efficient than others, and of course we're going to cover all of those protocols, guys. And Network Plus is the exam that is essentially testing you not so much on the terminology, but how do you recognize how to efficiently answer a particular situations, how to troubleshoot certain situations. And of course, guys, let's cover the next thing, the JAX-POS framework. And of course, guys, I figured the best way that I could talk about networking is to visualize it in the form of my brother's cats. He got 3 hairless cats, and he got a beautiful dog named Jax. And for the longest time, I thought about it. I was like, man, is there a relationship between the hairless cats and Jax? And like, why would my brother buy 3 cats and Jax? We actually have one more dog. I didn't include it in here because I wanted to make this concept stick a little bit better. But my brother has a total of five pets, and I wanted to see if I could kind of make it easier for you guys to understand the concept. How many of you guys have pets? Go ahead and comment number 1 if you have pets. I'd like to see how many of you guys have pets. And of course, this technique, what I'm showing you right here, right now, guys, I'm slowing down. I'm kind of removing my personality from the lesson and explaining it to you guys on YouTube. What I'm doing right now, I'm hyper focusing on engagement, because essentially I don't want to be just kind of a talking machine. I want to get students be involved and be participating. And of course, this is where I'm giving them an option to respond on a Zoom and communicate. And of course, some of them may say, oh, I have some pets, I have some dogs, and that's also an opportunity to network with my students as well. Because the beautiful part about doing this professionally and teaching university is the fact that not only do I get to help people learn those concepts in computer networking, but also help them learn like that, hey, you could actually work together with my talent agency. And of course, this is different from from the university work, but you could work with my talent agency to monetize the heck out of those pets, cats, and dogs. But of course, I wouldn't talk like that in university. I would be just kind of be talking about computer networking. And of course, when somebody asks like, hey, that would be cool, are you doing anything, then I could explain and elaborate. So this way we stay on topic, and of course people get to learn a lot faster. Now let's talk about the JAX-POS framework, a mental model for connectivity. So guys, I'm sure you heard of the concept of network traffic. And to visualize the network traffic, you could think of network traffic as kind of a bunch of data moving between between point A and point B. But to visualize network traffic, we use JAX-POS pet brand scenario to simulate enterprise behaviors. So JAX happens to be the server or a router. Don't worry, guys, about the definition of a server or a router, but think of it as, I'm sure you guys, many of you guys heard of server or router. You probably have it in your home and you're using it, and that's how you connect to the internet. But in case if you don't, then now you do. Think of server or router as a JAX, the happy Doberman, a reliable essential, manages resources, toys, food, and security, controls the flow of the house. Wow. Right now it's another personality of me kicking in and talking about, and right now I'm just so psyched that I was able to combine what I love to do with university work for something that I'm getting paid for, and still help people understand what the networking is. Man, okay, let's continue. Let's focus. Let's move further. So guys, think of JAX as the server, the router, and think of like, him being reliable and essential kind of resource, and he manages the resources. So the same thing with the router. When you connect to the when you connect to the internet, information travels through the router. Meaning, when you open up your Chrome browser, and I'm sorry if I'm using some definitions, technical definitions like Chrome or anything like this. Don't worry, guys. I'll try to throw some of those definitions. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And just keep in mind we do have a time allocation uh, for every slide, but I'll try to answer them as well, and we're gonna have some more time at the end of the session. So, guys, the next thing, the other cool thing is the cats. So the cats that are the endpoint devices, they request resources from JAX. They're numerous and demanding. So, now, this is probably a bad comparison. Like, how can cats demand resources? But think of cats as the clients. Think of your computer. Think of your iPhone. Think of your um, like iPad, and think of all those different Internet of Things devices in your home, your thermostat, your refrigerator smart board controller that sits inside that connects to the internet. So think of it all as a client. So now, except the cats are the clients, they're at endpoints, they're PCs, the Internet of Things devices, printers. They request resources from JAX, and those resources are numerous and demanding. How does it look in real time? In real time, guys, if you want to see, I do have a channel called JAX Pause on YouTube. If you have a board, feel free to check it out. But yeah, in real life, they demand a lot of things, and most of the time, clients fight with the server for resources, and what that means is they kind of uh, cats get jealous of JAX if I'm around in my brother's house, and the same thing with yeah in real world when all of those clients trying to communicate through the router, there's only a limited amount of bandwidth, limited amount of resources, have, I mean, limited amount of connectivity, and the server, the router cannot accommodate too many clients. If there are too many clients, there are going to be too many requests coming in, and then all of a sudden, JAX could pass out from being too overwhelmed by too many requests from the cats. So you guys could kind of think of it as this way. Now, of course, now we are on the purpose of networking, efficiency, and resources. Earlier, I talked about the concept of having cats demanding requests from JAX. And of course, the question is, how is it related to networking? Well, there's two types of networks. There's a decentralized type of inefficient network, when each cat on its own. So when a device is on its own, and you could think of it sort of like you being connected, you being on your own iPhone and not really connected to the internet. And you just kind of have an iPhone, you could play with it. Think of it sort of when you look at some of those TV shows on Netflix. You watch some prisoners on Netflix, and they kind of have their own iPads. They can't really connect to the internet, but they're in their own pod. So why connect the cats to JAX? So as you guys understand, cats are the clients, JAX is the server. So the reason why is because of resource sharing. Instead of buying 3 separate printers or treat bags, all cats share one via the network. So think of it this way. Instead of kind of like, you don't really want to have a printer for each cat to print on to. And I know some of you probably imagining cats printing documents. What? Like, but just imagine each cat, and what if like each cat needs a printer? It would need 3 printers. That would be a lot of printers. That doesn't make any sense. That's not efficient. That's the definition of decentralized. But what if it could be efficient? What if it could be networked? What if we could network all those cats together to JAX, the resource handler? And how would that look like? Well, in that case, then instead of buying 3 separate printers, you get to have one printer, and you could share that printer. All cats could print on the same printer thanks to JAX, the router, and get ahead, and you save money. Now, what about the communication? What about the communication? Well, you see, each cat, and just to kind of show you guys the cats, I know you're probably wondering, well, what is a cat? And what is it? Like, what is this guy talking about? Why cats? Why pets? Why dogs? Well, you see, guys, For the longest time, I wanted to kind of make the concept of learning really simple. I thought about it for the longest time. How can I do that? The best way I could do that is to literally just show you those cats in a combination of how we're building brands, in combination of how we are, so this way you visualize the whole concept of networking and get better idea. And here's a couch full of pets. Here's Cleopa. I'm petting him right now, and here's Jax, the server. And by the way, this is a fire wheel. Cats love to play within that wheel, and Jax can get jealous sometimes when too many requests coming in from those cats. And think of those cats as the clients. They always need something from the server, from Jax. Now, uh, of course, Jack's paws is the key. He loves to be petted, and he loves to just have a lot of fun in the process. And let me kind of now that you guys kind of understood the whole concept, uh, let me go ahead and show you a little bit more about our program and about the topic that I'm covering. But first, a small, quick commercial break.
Welcome to
Okay.
Teasing and teasing, she's sitting on
finally
me.
have
All of her
digital
diamonds
life
are
that I
dripping
always
on
wanted.
me. I met her at the
Plus, I
bar,
can
it was
afford
12
more
or
travel now,
something. I
too.
ordered 2 more drinks, cause tonight I wanted a little context if you care to listen. I find myself in a shit position. The woman that I love set me down last night, and she told me that it's overdone decision. No, I don't wanna feel how my heart is ripping. In fact, I don't wanna feel, so I stick to sipping. And I'm out on the town with a simple mission, in my slim fit suit, and this shit is sitting. I'm a heartbroken man, can't smile, won't dance in the back of the nightclub, hiding my pain. I don't trust any of the people I'm with, in the back of the taxi, sniffing cocaine. Calls, texts, tears, sex. I was looking for a girl who was on the same page. Now it's back to the intro, back to the bar, to the taxi, to the hotel, to my old way. I don't wanna feel.
All right, guys. What you see now is called ThreadStack, our digital power bundle for many interesting folks who are interested in learning how to build their own brand, their own products, and earn extra income. And of course, as part of ThreadStack, you get access to our Freedom Fusion automations that allows you to quickly blast content relevant for your pets, cats, and dogs across multiple socials and make money with it from having so many people buying your products on TikTok Shop and across other socials. And of course, now let's continue where we took off. Where we took off is why connect the cats to Jax. And by the way, guys, I did want to let you know before I talk about the cats, pets, and dogs and Jax and all that other fun stuff, I wanted to kind of tell you, by the way, guys, whatever it is that I'm showing you over here is a very unique skill. This is not something that is taught in college, except now will be taught in college. The price of what I'm showing you is $1,400. $1,400 over here, as you can see, this is the price, $1,495. I do have some scholarships available. I do have a couple of them available, and we do meet for the first time in university in New York, and then the rest is online. Those classes are starting on February 19th to May 21st. This is what you're seeing right now is just a small, quick preview of what is happening. And obviously, guys, my name is Ron Wells. I'm a 21st century freedom writer. I'm a real estate investor. This is one of my sites over here, freedomfusionproperties.com. This is my agency called Freedom Fusion System. Your path to freedom starts here. We also have a car detailing brand. And we'll show you how to build those brands, then keep them or flip them. And of course, how do we do that? We do that in Feudal Incubators. And of course, this is my other site over here. This is another company I built and ended up selling this website to one of the companies who made me a consultant for life. That's the beautiful part about having Network Plus and having a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful education in the right mentor. Guys, I did have a very good kind of education in University of Connecticut and in University of Bridgeport. I got my double degree in mathematics, and I wanted to show you guys like what I'm doing in parallel to whatever it is that I'm doing in university. So this way you could get inspired and actually be interested in possibly doing the same thing. Maybe you are not interested in Network Plus. Maybe you're interested in spawning money right now with Jack Spa's brand, helping us build it, helping it make it stronger. And yeah, and literally connect with brands, show my brother's cats and dogs, connect with suppliers from China, create a product, a differentiated product that people would love, and try to sell it using ThreadStack Digital Power Bundle, which is a very good power bundle that makes it easy for you to get ahead of the game quickly. And of course, threads seem to be broken right now, no worries. But let's continue where we took off. What I just kind of showed you is Notion. Let's continue to into the project, into the actual lesson plan. And of course, this is what the lesson plan looks like over here. It's generated. I'm using different AI tools, guys, in the process. We also have a Feudal Incubator for AI. AI is I am going to be teaching additional classes. I promised the university that I will be helping them teach something else. And here's classes that I'm going to be teaching as well. In case if you guys are interested in any of them, Network Plus and possibly AI Excel, there's another one that I'm going to be teaching called Digital Marketing 101. But the idea here, guys, you learned this in combinations. My name is Ron Wells. I have a talent agency for moms over 40. This is my the talent agency. You could learn more about it if you're mom over 40. We provide support for moms over 40, and of course, we do provide Freedom Fusion Flip workshops. This is something outside of the university. This is the Feudal Incubators where you get to learn how to build your own TikTok shop, drop shipping empire, and of course, you already know what is ThreadStack, a digital power bundle that has everything moms need to grow on socials, including threads. And of course, we do have Freedom Fusion System CRM that allows you to get clients relatively quickly. And what I mean by that is it's a special system. And of course, I'll talk about it more at some point. But we also have American directory called Hypism, where you get to connect with feudal lords and freedom founders. Hypism is pretty dope. You get to actually meet real people who need help, and it's not like a LinkedIn profile where you create one and never be heard again. Hypism is American directory that makes it easier for you to connect with feudal lords and one day become that feudal lord yourself. It's the feudal incubators that you're looking at here are created by my talent agency called Freedom Fusion System. And after I created it, I went ahead and I pitched it to a university in New York, and they quickly picked it up and made me their instructor. And now, as you can see, my hybrid skills being completely unleashed upon you while you're just having fun enjoying this beautiful session. And of course, guys, my goal for you is to make money. And of course, with ThreadStack, you could learn how to make that money. You could build your little empire. You could build your real estate investment company. You could build your Freedom Fusion detailing company for if you wanted to, I don't know, detail cars, for example, and make some money and do so on your own terms. You could build your own brand. You could have something like Network Plus certificate and have a beautiful career where you could work on a hybrid schedules, make up your own time whenever you work, have beautiful life. You could do that. But it all starts with you kind of accepting the recognition that you need a mentor or you need a ThreadStack. And by the way, if you do get ThreadStack, you get those fire automations, guys. Fire automations that are absolutely insane. That's how I create all those insane videos. And let me kind of show to you, like if I go to Edge. So if I go to Threads, let's see. If I go to Threads, I think my Chrome kind of got cooked, so it didn't really have any of this. So as you can see, right now I have Freedom Fusion System on the background promoting my detailing brand. Like I'm not doing that. I'm teaching a class over here. I got my replica of me producing different types of marketing for me automatically, thanks to Freedom Fusion System CRM, guys. This is a unique hybrid skill that is not taught in college, guys. This is something that I gotta probably should stop saying not taught in college because I am gonna be teaching it in college. But you could get access to that same skill for $295 per month. But if you don't have $295 per month and wanted to have something like TikTok, YouTube Pet Automator for busy dog, pets, cats, and dogs owners, then then this is a T. Like this, if you look over here, it looks like a pretty good kind of like the more details are provided over here. Let me just show to you more details. But if you read those threads, you're gonna be like, huh? you're gonna be like, damn, I kind of want that. I want it for myself. I want it for uh, and let me just show you the why it's not showing. I think I think there's something wrong right now with threads. Probably we're still having that outage. But if you look at that thread that I just showed earlier, it would show you the automation, Freedom Fusion automation that you could use to blast yourself across YouTube and TikTok from your iPhone. And that this way you could create fire-looking videos like this with polls, comments, titles, that kind of stuff, and quickly get ahead of the game faster. So anyway, going back to the lesson, um, and by the way, those automations, guys, is the key for you to make money. This is the reason why I just showed you that. Okay, so if you go to my threads and read that thread, this is the automation you need. This is the automation that will save you incredible amount of time. And I already have customers right now. In fact, let me go ahead and show you those customers coming in right now who are already looking for those want this automations for themselves. So this way you could kind of see how Freedom Fusion system works in action. This is once again, guys, this is not taught in college. Um, okay, I can't log in now, but let me see. Let me see like this. Maybe I could log in. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna log in now, guys, because then I would need to verify things. Although I could probably just log in. Give me a second. I'll do it and show to right now, guys. All right, guys, I'm logged in. So let's go ahead and take a look at our clientels right now. Okay, right now already people interested in this automation, like right now as we speak. Now, if you use this automation, trust me, guys, you're gonna be so happy. For example, here's Chris, immediately interested in the pet automation. That came in today, January 22nd. Immediately I went ahead and I showed him, go here, go to those threads, study this thread, and of course, this thread. Let me see what happened to that thread if I could open it on my phone. Give me a second. So I'm going on my phone right now and just checking to see if that thread loads up all the way. And yes, it actually does load up all the way. Something is going on with Threads as a platform right now, guys. Probably because of that Microsoft outage that we're experiencing. Now, of course, guys, if you want me to switch full mode on you and show you my technical skills, I can most certainly do that, but then you'll get quickly bored. So instead of that, I'm just going to continue with the lesson and continue rehearsing the lesson so this way you can kind of get a better understanding about what's happening. And all I need to do is find NoBookLM. Okay, there we go. We're heading out to NoBookLM, and let's continue with the lesson. All right, guys. So we talked about the pets, cats, and dogs. We talked about communications. Cool. So Kuzia can send a message to Martha without physically moving. Centralized management. Jax can update the rules, security updates for the whole house from one spot. Business translation. This is why offices have a server room. It lowers hardware costs and centralizes data control. So what does this all mean, guys? Obviously, in computer world, guys, there is no pets, cats, and dogs. There's actual data centers with racks and a bunch of other things that you need to manage as a network professional. And of course, in this case, you see Kuzia sends message to Martha without physically moving. Uh, that is a representation of communication. And that communication could be wireless when using Wi-Fi. It could be Bluetooth. It could be some other ways like radio waves that you could send from point A to point B to communicate with one person or another. Or it could be Morse code or Telegram. So any kind of communication. But centralized management means you have a central portal, sort of like that portal that I just showed you right now, Freedom Fusion System CRM. It's a centralized management portal where instead of where I could have also rules, security updates for the whole house from one spot, uh, except those rules that I define in central management system in Freedom Fusion System CRM applies to people who become my talent agencies leads. I could control those people, those leads that are coming in into the system. I could respond to them from one central management, one portal where I get to see everything. I could blast all that content across multiple social platforms. Now, what I'm describing is the form of networking. What I'm describing is a centralized system. And of course, here's an example of a centralized control that I have. As you can see, when maintaining multiple brands, I need to be able to schedule posts. So remember that post that I showed you on Threads? You probably remember that, right? Who created that post? Well, this thing did. My past me set it up over here and configured all those different detailing all those different socials for Freedom Fusion detailing. Or let's say if I wanted to create a post for Jack Spas, I could be with a one central push of a button, create one post across all socials, centralize this, and blast that across socials. And of course, I could include things like, I could include a banner. I could customize for each things. I think you guys get the idea. So this is an example of a centralized management. Now, but how does it work? Right now, I'm kind of covering the concept of digital faceless marketing and Freedom Fusion System CRM inside of that marketing. But how does it relate in a real world networking? Well, you see, guys, in real world networking, computer networking, you also have centralized systems. And although those systems don't look like Jack's distributing the resources in terms of food for each cat, but you could think of a Jack's distributing his level of energy to me when I'm in my brother's home, sitting on the couch, depending on who is around, what kind of cats are around. If too many cats are around, then his levels of energy could be like, hey, I'm jealous, pet me. This is also networking between pets, cats, and dogs. Networking, there's different levels of communication, different protocols. The same way how in a computer networking, there's different protocols, different ways to communicate, different waves, and different centralized management. Now, what does a business translation means for that? Well, you see, if you have a centralized server room, if you have this environment, and it's a lot easier for you to lower your hardware costs and centralize data control. What does that mean? Hardware costs, data control. Well, you see, guys, like right now, everything is in the cloud. A lot of things are in the cloud. But did you know that you could save a lot of money just by having things in your own data center? So if you had your own data center, you would be spending less money on the cloud, less money on AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, whatever, all of those different clouds. Now, how does it centralize data control? Well, data control, guys, think of those cats as demanding creatures, as demanding clients who are trying to like pass through you. Yeah, but if you want to be efficient, if you want to be that if you want to be the centralized dog that controls all the packets and still don't spend too much money, then you need to have some level of centralization. Now, going back over here into this concept. So I know we probably like I'm went over way over time between 7:10 and 7:20. So I probably need to have like a little little timer right next to me. But the PAN, personal area network. So what is the definition? Well, think of it as a network centered around an individual's person's workspace. Very short, typically within 10 meters, 33 feet, usually Bluetooth, NFC, or USB. In Jack's past scenario, Jack's got a smart collar syncing health data to the owner's phone nearby, which is my brother, my brother's iPhone. Speaking of which, it's a fire product. In case if you're interested in buying it for your pet, definitely check out Jack's Pass. Okay, that wasn't supposed to be part of the my speech. Although, you know what? Like, I gotta find a good balance, guys, between me talking about Jack's Paws and talking about networking, because I do want you to pass that Network Plus, but I also want you to understand how all of those terminologies, like what do they mean, what are they for, and of course Network Plus tests your ability to understand what each of those protocols do. Bluetooth, for example, like what each of those technologies and protocols do. So Bluetooth, for example, it's a way of connecting on a short distances. So on your phone, you may have a Bluetooth, you may have like on your computer Bluetooth, but think of it as a fast way for you to connect from point A to point B. It's not Wi-Fi. It doesn't operate like it works sort of like Wi-Fi, but it's not Wi-Fi. In NFCs, think of it like credit cards, or well, um, think of it. No, think of anytime you try to scan a credit card, and you go to a store and you want to scan it, and then what happens? Uh, NFC stands for near field communication. So a little chip gets activated, and in fact, the other day I was helping a restaurant owner solve a problem. He wasn't having a lot of customers in his restaurant because he kept having negative reviews. So I showed up in his restaurant and I said, "Look, I got a problem for you. I got a solution for your problem. I really like your restaurant. I come down there to your restaurant a lot, but you know what? The fact that you're getting negative reviews is just ridiculous. Let me go ahead and help you out." And he was like, "But how?" So I showed him a quick 5 minutes, like, well, it was 30 seconds video on TikTok of how waitresses take the review from customers by using a little business card with NFC chip built in. So this way customers can just go right away to Google review and paste that and boom, good to go. And sure enough, I showed it to him. He was so inspired by that he wanted to hire my talent agency right away on the spot, without me even pitching anything, and just this thing alone. And what did I use? I used the concept of NFC, and of course a TikTok video to combine both marketing and technology together. Because at the end of the day, if I was to just talk about computer networking, sure, maybe some of you may get a job in computer networking, but if you really want to have more than a job, if you want to have an opportunity to be to feel like you never ever have to work, then continue listening all the way through all of those examples, guys. Consume them and try to apply whatever the things that I show you. Just see if you could apply it for your real world, like in your home. Maybe you have some pets, cats, and dogs. Maybe you could think of go look up online right now what is an example of NFC. Take a look at Bluetooth. Maybe play around with your computer. Try to connect your computer to your iPhone with Bluetooth. So this way, you can kind of experiment with all of those different methods of connectivity. And of course, Jack's smart collar syncing health data to the owner's phone nearby. This is at some point I created my own app, guys, for air conditioning industry. For it's called HVAC, and I wanted to save some money on expensive expensive manifold that was calculating pressures, or that was gathering pressures from my central air unit, big air conditioner. I wanted to fix it. I didn't want to spend too much money for expensive contractors. And of course, what I did is I created my own manifold using sort of like, as you can see over here, smart collar syncing health data, except there was a little chip that's connected to a manifold, and you use this manifold to measure pressures of the refrigerant inside of an air conditioner. And that was fun. That was an example of building something new and using Network Plus knowledge. So, and of course, here's a bunch of other things. So we got over here um, network geography, the LAN, the local area network. So local area network is a very good terminology, guys. Local area networking terminology is indeed something that you want to get familiar with. So like what does this terminology do? And of course, what I probably need to do right now, guys, I probably need to um, let me go ahead, go to slides. Let me go to slides. Let me actually do something right now. Okay. What I like about Gamma and what I like about NotebookLM, before I move further with this thing. Um, so with NotebookLM, you get this beautiful, beautiful thing. Everything looks beautiful, and you could kind of just talk about things, but you kind of limit it to there's speaker notes that are missing. Okay, speaker notes that are missing. But so what we got over here, we got the purpose of networking, the personal area networking, and we got the definitions. A network covering a small office. Here's just a quick definition, guys, for you. As you can see, what is local area network? Think of it as a network covering a small geographic area like a home, office, or a group of buildings. Now, what is ownership? Well, the network equipment usually owned and managed by the user or the company. And as you can see, we got Jax over here. So if you can kind of see, guys, the centralized concept of star topology, and like this is an example of star topology, full mesh, hybrid, okay, discussions, mapping your reality, why it matters, the career path, what we built tonight, goal check, you now possess vocabulary, describe the digital product. Okay, I kind of like all of this. Lesson 2, preview the OSI model. Okay, I think I like all of this, guys. And the only thing that we need to think here is if I was to download this in PDF, I can't really do that in PDF. But let me compare this with this course content expectations. Okay, so two or more connected devices that communicate and share resources emphasize that network aren't just computers. Okay, you know what, guys? I'm gonna think a little bit more what kind of speaker notes I want to add, and then I'll create another workshop. But you guys got the idea. And yeah, I'll see you next time, and take care.